You ready?
You know you almost got fired, dude.
Let me tell you something.
You know you almost got fired.
Let me tell you something.
So don't come in here acting like you've been here all this time. Don't come to this episode acting like you've been this whole time, all right?
No.
Don't act like you've been. Don't come to this act like you've been in this podcast all this time. So when you come in here, don't act brand new. Do not act brand new.
Let me tell you something.
Let's start the show.
You can't fire.
I can fire. You will be replaced tomorrow. She's a little rusty, and I want to ask you, thank you for tuning in. Is Corona killing your relationship? Is that Corona QT killing your relationship? Are you spending, have you went from like we don't never see each other
to like, baby.
When can I get away? I might risk, somebody's listening to this today and say, I might risk getting that Corona by going out and get a little long time by myself. A little long time by myself. So if that's you, if you're listening right now and you are in that situation, you're listening to the person right beside you, blink your eye, blink your right eye, blink it twice. All right, we don't want to set off anything. We're going to talk about it. It's normal. You're normal. Get into it. We're going to get into it right now in the Mr. and Mrs. Mr. podcast, where I am your host, Mr., a.k.a. Jeffrey Mr., and right beside me is my wife of 13 plus years, 2 kids, and hopefully not a positive Corona test, because she's been out for a while. The beautifully intelligent
Mrs. Mr., a.k.a. Dana Mr., and together we are
the Misters. Yeah. She's here. Let me tell you in the flesh.
I am here in the flesh.
It's been a long time.
It's not been a long.
We're like 6 weeks.
2 weeks.
So let me tell you something. In the production room, they ran across some ideas of replacing her like they did on Viv on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. They come to the second season, like, who is that? And if we just act normal, like we don't even know. It'll be a European.
Shout out to Jeffrey Mr. for holding it down, as well as to my beautiful, intelligent daughter, Malia.
That's my daughter, too.
She did an amazing job. I was such a proud mommy. Like, she did so amazing. So kudos to Malia. Oh, my goodness. That girl just does my heart well.
Mm-hmm.
So,
she did a great job. She did a great job. She did a great job. So, we got a chance to talk about that. She said some prayers for you and everything. She talked about her dating and when she's going to get married. She want to be a mommy. So if you haven't watched the episode, the bonus episode right before, this is episode 25. So 25 episodes. Yeah. All thanks to y'all. Yes. So appreciate y'all. Anybody who is following us at mr.mr.mrs.mister. Thank y'all for following us on Instagram, on YouTube. Yes. Thank y'all. It's growing every week. Appreciate y'all. Y'all are sharing. Thank y'all. You're sharing on social media. If you're listening to it on podcasts, Apple Podcasts is by far the most I've looked at the stick.
Everybody's and you want to cheer Apple?
No, I ain't gonna listen. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all listening on Apple and on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Anchor. People are listening on Anchor. The listen notes. And so it's all right. It's all right. So thank y'all. Appreciate the love. Yes. My MF family. My MF, the Mr. family. MF. Y'all my MFs. Y'all my MFs. I'm a kid shirt. Y'all my MFs. So we working on that. Hope y'all staying safe during Corona. Y'all are staying inside. Yes. And all of the things that come along with being inside.
Our prayers is for everybody that's going through, whether you lost somebody through bereavement, to Corona, or whatever the situation may be. If you lost a job or anything, you're in our prayers. Our heart goes out to you. So, of course, we want to.
Yeah, so while you're trapped in the house, we hope we can make you laugh. We can make you learn, and we can make you love. Because you listen to the #1 related podcast in marriage, relationships, and building up yourself if you single. So somebody asked me, it's like, hey, can single people listen to this? Sure enough, Ken. You sure enough Ken. I'm sorry. Sure enough, Ken. You sure enough, Ken. So make sure you're single, you're dating, you're engaged, you're married, you're divorced, you're widowed, you're a Carol Baskin and you killed your husband. You can listen to this episode.
So I really got to watch the Carol Baskin.
She has not seen the Tiger King.
I've seen the Tiger King.
So a lot of people have really binged Netflix because you're stuck inside. And so
I've been watching HGTV.
That's all she's been watching.
And let me tell you, the reason why I've been watching HGTV because like I really wanted to like remodel our home and all that stuff. As you guys know, Jeff and I, we paid our home off last year.
Woo, thank you.
And so the thing about it is I've been getting, you know, I'm like, oh my goodness, I got the itch too. So I've been watching HGTV, like Love It Unlisted, Property Brothers, all of those. And so I really go ahead.
Did you tell them about what you did though? So she's been down for like three weeks. She's been down 3 weeks. So I'm glad to have you back.
Yes,
I'm glad to have you back. Good to have your smiling face on the show. So for weeks now, and this is the segment I want to cover in just a minute too. We're gonna kind of talk. We're gonna hopefully go live on social media. So if you're not following us, it's this thing called Let's Argue. And this is one of the things I want to talk about too, is if you pick a show together, what show do you watch with your mate or your spouse?
Yeah, we don't have several. We used to watch Grey's Anatomy together.
We used to watch some other shows we used to watch.
Yeah, The Office.
Yeah,
The Office. Oh my God, that was our show.
Michael is the greatest boss of all time. So, but it was a show I wanted her to watch because we haven't got a chance to really get back on track. She loves those shows. Like Love Enlisted and Real Housewives and I'm not gonna stop there. We're gonna stay there for the segment. We're going live. But this is the point I want to make. It's a show I want to call. It's called Cherish the Day. Have you ever seen the show? Great show. Appreciate Oprah and everybody. You did an excellent job on the show. Yes. Right? So I've been trying to get her to watch the show. She has not confirmed to watch it. She had to almost get the corona and be sick of that to be broke down. It's like, okay, I'm gonna watch the show.
So I watched the show. He asked me to watch the show, so I watched the show.
But I wanted to watch the show with her, as we gonna talk about this second.
Why
would I tell her to watch the show?
He told me, he was like, you need to go watch the show. So I'm assuming that he's already watched all the show.
I said I watched one episode. I refrained from watching other episodes. I was like, this would be a good show for both of us to watch, to talk and debate with each other. How's that not implied? How is that not implied?
I watched the show.
How's that implied?
But I ended up watching.
She watched like 7 shows in a row, and I waited weeks for her to watch that show. So
but then we finally you caught up, and so now we're on the.
And so hold on, you see, she'll skip over this. So the season finale came on, whatever it is, the final show of the show. It comes on, and I'm trying to feed the kids and stuff like that. You know, I come in the room, and she's watching the first 5 minutes of the show. The audacity. So I'm like, oh, what is
because
this?
He's still happy in the guest room, so I didn't know he felt comfortable coming in.
So I quarantined her. So we haven't got a chance to even sleep together. We'll talk about that in just a second. But we didn't sleep together because I wanted to not risk my health for the family. So who gonna get this? Who get the insurance money to carry on? I'm just joking. To live on. Who gonna get that insurance money? I don't. That's what the insurance people want.
They want to have that with somebody else. But
I want to use insurance to somebody who gonna wait on me to watch the show. That I waited on them to watch the show. How would you feel if your spouse or mate or somebody that you waited weeks to watch a show with? You did 7 weeks that went past. Because
I apologize.
As the great prophet said, don't be sorry, be careful. As if you're a prophet. Yeah. So, but it's just learning from there. And so we still now looking for a show that we could watch. I did watch the Tiger King.
Yeah,
she did not watch Tiger King. Because I tell you why I watched the Tiger King without her. For the first of all, what I just mentioned, and then second of all, right, when she just wanted to watch HGTV the entirety of her bedriddenness this whole time. So you want to get that?
HGTV.
That's the same. That's fine. But I'm just telling you.
Because HGTV is so. It's not reality TV, but it's so positive and it helps you dream and it shows you all these different places. And I love living vicariously through other people, you know what I'm saying? So watching people purchase like their beach homes
and what is this?
I love that sort of stuff because it just gives me hopes and dreams. But you know, I laugh and we joke because he was like, HGTV will have you messed up for real because when you
actually don't have jobs, they don't have real jobs.
They were like, I'm a butterfly catcher, or it's like real jobs, but I want a home for like $1.5 million. I'm like, what are you doing?
But it's ridiculous. It's not real. You might be watching reality TV. Those people don't even buy those homes, they just walk up there and do it. It's like, oh yes, I'm gonna remodel everything. What's your budget? Like, oh, $2.3 million. Come on now.
But I love HGTV. HGTV got me through for sure. Yes, I love HGTV. Yes.
So there we go. So I don't know how your experience has been.
Yes.
Hopefully you get a chance to get the yams. Since y'all stuck in the house together. But make sure it's safe yams, and if you don't want any more kids, we'll talk about that a little bit later too. But Definitely that. But today we jump into is Corona QT killing your relationship? Is there too much time together sucking the life out of your relationship? And if so, what can I do about it? What can I do to kind of stay fresh, keep the relationship going, and maybe too, just like I talked about like 2 episodes ago, episode 24 when you were here still, we talked about her not changing the draw, or me or any of us not like keeping up our regular routine of hygiene.
But since I've been back, I've been keeping on my routine.
Have been.
I've been getting up. I've been getting my shower in. I've been curling my hair, because I was like, let me at least try to have some type of sense of normalcy, you know?
There you go.
Because eventually, you know, I'm very optimistic person, so I know this is not gonna last forever. So I don't want to get into this rut because eventually we got to go back to work and school and a normal routine. It would be hard, because eventually you become so lazy. So when it is time for us to go back to work and school and the busyness of life, then you know you'll be like, oh my goodness, like you would dread it. So for me, I really been trying to mentally get my mind right, you know, getting up, getting my bath, all of that stuff, you know, doing normal routine. We started, we got Joe Jackson Academy with the kids.
Mrs. Joe Jackson Academy. If you don't follow me on social media, it's MR Jeffrey, Mr. MRJ, FFREY, MISTR. We just had her first day.
It was her first day. Yeah.
So I'm gonna do a little clip on that.
But so it's just been a normal routine, just trying to get yourself back in a normal routine. I've been checking emails, like that sort of thing. Just, you know, like I said, I think it's just good to, and not to say we still not gonna have some lazy days. I think you still need those days. But I think one good thing that I know for me that's really helped, you know, since I've been trying to, because even when I was sick, I was still trying to get up and try to at least take a shower, even if it just
wash your tail.
Yeah, like, and just get, you know, at least get up, like your breakfast, you know, all of that stuff. And then I went to lay that down. But like, even like I started back walking around like our neighborhood and all of that stuff. So just trying to get back into the swing of things. And then it's just good, like definitely social distancing from other people. And it was so funny, even when we was walking around today, like we was like, hey, how you doing? You know, it was like you were yelling.
My boy E and Jen, shout out to y'all. We started walking today, and I don't know
what to do. He was like, what are you doing?
So we so used to man hugging, you know, pause, you know what I'm saying, man hugging, you know how we do it. So shout out E and Jen, shout out y'all, shout out everybody too. So let's get to it. So
we're gonna go ahead and jump to the laugh section.
Every episode, before we get started, though, see if you still got your voice on. I told you 2 weeks ago you got your voice.
Believe it, so good. I don't want to sing you.
You got to. You got to the rules. So kicking off to every episode. If you just listening, every episode, every relationship, whoever you are, single, day, whatever, you need to laugh, learn, and love. We got a little theme song we like to go. Kick it, Mrs. Mister. Let's go.
Laugh, learn, love.
Hey.
Laugh, learn, love.
Hey.
Laugh, learn, love.
It's the Mr. and Mrs. Mister podcast show.
Laugh, learn, love.
We back.
Laugh, learn, love.
Got the corona.
Laugh, learn, love.
It's the Mr. and Mrs. Mister podcast show. Oh yeah.
Let's start the show.
Yeah. So every episode we like to do, kick it off with a little laugh portion, and this is called, let's say what we like to call Whose Side You're On. When you tell us whose side you're on, I like to argue. We disagree on a lot of things. You help us out, all right? So kick us off, Ms. Mitchell.
Okay. Would you have sex with your spouse if you suspected that they had corona? Why or why not? So
would you get the yams from somebody, from your spouse, if you suspect, it was not confirmed nor denied, you don't know if they did or not, so the test is waiting to see.
I'm gonna let you go first this time. I'm curious to see what you're gonna say.
You hear what I'm saying? Yeah. I really said no. I really said that this would be something to do, and I was tempted. Somebody tried to bring me in to say, hey, just come over here just a little bit. So look, I bathed today. Come over here. And so I was like, no, I don't think I should. I don't know. I'm awaiting your test results. Like, no, come over here real quick. I won't. I promise you, you're healthy anyway. you eat a lot of kale and spinach, your body can sustain it, even if it is. It's like, no, I don't think so. And then it trap you in the first, like you say. So confession time. It is a confession time. I have partake of some yams that may or may not have had corona or that. Something you got to roll the dice. Cause you know what? I said, you know what? I'm covered in the blood. Glory! Glory! Oh! Yes! So I protect. I was a little afraid though. I was afraid too. I was like, man, because it's when you don't, like, we you know, when you separate that. So we basically separated, but we're in the same house. And so she was quarantined in the guest room, so she tried to come on to me. So I did not, I failed.
But I was in my room. I was in the guest room though, right?
Yeah, I was coming to check on you. You know how they try to get like the maid guy coming through, like, hey, you need anything else? Yes. One more thing I need.
That's not it.
And then like Joseph was when Potiphar wife come through.
Anyway.
Okay, so yeah, I say yes. And I just told you why. Because of just weak moments. Got me at a weak moment. So I would say yes. What would you say? If it was reverse, what would you do? If I was suspected of having corona, like we're just coming out of for you, and so check out the vlog too. We got the second vlog. The first vlog was for right before we possibly suspect this, and this second vlog kind of details what those days were like. So if you're not following us on that, go ahead and follow us on Jeffrey Mister. We got a lot of old videos too, so check it out. So, but what do you think? What do you think on would you have sex with me if you suspected I had the corona? You didn't know. I got tested, but the test ain't came back. I'm showing symptoms. I corona cough. What you do? Go ahead, just tell the truth. Tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
Yeah, tell the truth. Say the truth. What you do?
Well.
Go ahead, just shoot it. You already know. What was your first thought? Don't change it. What was your first thought?
My first thought was no.
So we're gonna stick with that. Just stick with your no, and tell me why you stick with it. No.
Because the thing about it, somebody has to be around to take care of the kids.
So why you trying to tempt me then for doing that? Yes, you did. You didn't go. I was like, you didn't think of it. You was like. I'm just telling the truth. I'm just telling the truth. Did you try to tempt me though? Did you try to tempt me?
I plead the fifth.
Come on, so y'all let us know. Don't worry about it.
I would say no because somebody has to be here to keep the kids and all of that stuff. You know, it's just so much going on and all of that stuff.
So you see how this is? When she wanted it, she wanted me to roll the dice and risk. But then it's reverse. It's a whole different thing. Okay. Let us know. If you're on YouTube, let us know in the comments, or you're on Instagram or Facebook, or Mr. and Mrs. Mr. Podcast. Let us know, or send us a DM or something like that. Let us know, hey, I would not in entirety, if I was married to Idris Elba, who he said he had it, and his wife came over here, we talked about that before, or Halle Berry, or I don't know who other woman that would be in this thing. But yeah, what would you do?
Yes.
Whose side you on? Yes or no? Yes. Yes or no? Would you have sex with your spouse if you suspected of having corona? I said yes because in real life I did. She said no, and that just lets me know that I was tricked and swindled.
Let's go ahead and jump to the learn part.
Learn part, yes. Learn part. So what we're talking about today is Corona QT, is Corona quality time killing your relationship. You round them all the time. A lot of people travel, so they've never really spent this much time with their spouse or their mate or their kids, and it's driving them crazy. They sick of it. I'm sick of it.
Because, you got to keep in mind, we went from being, having our normal everyday lives, work from the home, 8 hours, 9 hours. Busy, kids, all of that stuff, to now, bam, like you can't do anything except go to like the grocery store or
the grocery store be lit. The grocery store be lit.
And what else can you go? The grocery store and drive through places, and that's pretty much it, right?
Yeah, they bring it to your curbside now. They don't want to see you. They throw your food. I saw somebody quarterback their food into somebody's car.
So you have gone from now to being so busy to being like, okay, you're more You spending more time
A
with
lot
each
of more
other.
time.
A lot of more time.
I was looking at this thing too, and this is something I want to talk about on the live coming up. So if you're not following us on social media, please do that. But in China, they normally stick together. They're saying that divorce rates right now, people are wanting to risk their lives to go out and put in divorce papers in China. Yeah, I was going to share with this.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I was reading an article on that. So that's something we're going to, I want to talk about that. They said people are saying they can't do it. They cannot be in the thing. And so you think about somebody you marry, you pay all this money for a wedding, all this stuff, and you feel like now when you get time to spend together, and it's just different. It's something they haven't never experienced. They've been working 8 hours. You really don't see each other just for that evening in the morning time. So you can maintain there. But now you got no other place to go. They stuck inside. They quarantine them for real. And so it's interesting. So follow us. I'll make sure to drop there too.
They couldn't go out at all. I don't think they even could do restaurants.
Yeah, so they stuck inside. Yeah. They like, heck no, I risk this to go get this divorce. So,
oh wow. Okay.
So all right. So here are some things that we kind of thought about in terms of how to not destroy your relationship in situations like this. So just a couple things we kind of researched on. Okay. First one is be aware of how stress might impact your behavior. Thinking about, so it may not be just like we talked about in China. So I know when you're around somebody, just those little things like that just makes about. And so it may not even be the little things. It may just be stress. Now you're stressing about finances. You're stressing about your business that you just started. You just left someone. You're stressing about the kids. If you have to homeschool kids and you don't even you stressing out. And so now being aware of that, of how you respond. So before you be like, hey babe, how you doing? Now it's like, why you asking me? Why you asking me how I'm doing? And so you going off on little things you gotta do. So being aware of how stress you out. So if you stressed out, we're gonna talk about some more things you can do, but just be aware of it first. Like, because is this stress or is this really the issue?
Right. And the thing about it is don't sweat that small, like literally this is the time not to sweat that small stuff. Like, like even for me, I had to catch up stuff because when I first came out of quarantine, I made a comment. I was like, oh my goodness, my house was clean before I went into quarantine. And it bothered Jeff. It hurt his feelings, so I had to really apologize because he was holding it down and he was like, what do you mean? Like, we've been living in a house.
So you've been 3 weeks, you ain't touched the dish, you ain't washed the clothes, you ain't folded the towel, your food has been brought into the room for you. And the first thing you say when you get out is, who got this house? It was clean before I went into this bed rest quarantine I've been on.
So I appreciate that. I had to apologize because it was not right. So this is not the time to stress about.
You talk about somebody hot. I said, well, wipe your own tail then.
So this is not the time to stress about those little bickering things, those things that really may irk you or whatnot. Like, this is not the time to stress about those things. Don't be bickering, don't be nagging, versus nagging, all of that stuff. Just get a little bit closer. Just try to cuddle with them, so.
If they ain't sick or on bed rest.
The reason why I say that is because now you really don't have you can't go nowhere, so.
You got to work those problems.
You got to work.
A lot of times, the work schedule you've been doing has been hiding those issues. This has put a real light on what the real issues are. So now it's like, how do I cope and deal with those things? So deal with that too. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so number 2, respect each other's coping styles, but also communicate your needs. So mainly what that means is don't negate somebody else's feelings. This is the time to ask your spouse, especially if they have lost a job or something like that. Hey, how are you feeling? How does it make you feel? Communicate even together as a family. Like, this is something it has been a long time. I know not in our lifetime that something like this has happened where we have completely shut down. The last time it was been like early 1900s. So this is the time to really communicate and express to each other how you're feeling, and don't negate that person's feelings. I look at different things online, and like I'm a part of different groups online, especially like Disney cruise groups and all of that stuff, because y'all know I love to travel, and so I'm a part of a lot of these travel groups. but don't talk about it. Yes. But it's how I cope, right?
Go ahead.
So, but one of the things that really saddens me is that, you know, a lot of people are really having hope that they'll still be able to take their cruise, and so they're like, you know, well, I can't wait to June. Hopefully all of this is over. And people are like coming to them and like, blasphemy, y'all, you're more concerned about this, da da da. But that person's like, this is what's giving me hope. So you can't. I mean, and I know the COVID-19 is impacting a lot of people, whatnot, but you can't talk about that stuff all the time. We get it. It's killing people. We get all of that, but people have to figure out a way how to cope and negate their feelings and all of that stuff. So, you know, and that's with anybody. Even when you're talking on social media, we really have to be careful what we put on social media. Don't negate other people's feelings, because you never know. They're figuring out the best way of how they be able to cope with the situation.
That's a good point.
And communicate. Talk to your spouse. Talk to a friend. You know, if you're not married, talk to a friend. You know, especially for those. Shout out to, you know, the people who's single. They're by themselves. You know, like staying, you know, at home by themselves, like they don't even have kids or an animal or anything like that. Like, just definitely, you know, this is really a time to really confide with your friends and have people to, you know, keep you accountable. Yeah.
And so if your husband's coping skills or style is getting the yams, don't rob him of that. So don't rob that brother of those yams. So next is make structure your new best friend.
Yes.
Make that structure your new best friend. Like we saw you kind of mentioned earlier about, hey, waking up on time, doing different things that are there, like saying, hey, this is the time that we're going to, this hour is going to be us walking outside, us getting some sunlight. It's like making structure, like
especially when you have kids.
Yeah,
you have to have some type of structure, because otherwise you will find where the technology is babysitting them or whatever.
Like,
you know,
so you
really have to make sure you set structure, and that's one of the things Jeffrey did. You know, he was like, "Oh, come on, let's go ahead and get the schedule together," because you know I've been down, so he's been.
I won't care about this morning. I was like, get up, get your tail up.
But you know, just having a certain structure, everybody get up. Like, you don't have to get up as early as you normally would, but just getting up, like everybody is getting baths and having breakfast together. We did prayer. We did, everybody was able to say a prayer together. Then we did our devotional together. So it's just setting that structure down. And so,
kids love it. Adults love it too. It keeps you in the pace of your body starts to get through. So don't binge watch every night till 3 or 4 a.m. and then your next day you don't wake up till 12, 1 o'clock and your whole day's gone. Especially, you know, so making the best use of your time. And anything you felt like before, you're like, hey, if I had some time, I would do this. Like, just setting a piece of the day for that. Like this 30 minutes, 45 minutes, I'm going to read. I'm going to work out. I'm going to, like, work on my business plan. Whatever it is, I'm going to have a conversation about my childhood that I've never had with my spouse or something like that, or like the spirit or something. You know, just
whatever it takes. And I'm not saying, you know, I read this one thing where it says, like, you know,
I was the opposite of that. But go ahead.
Yeah, that was the opposite.
I was like, yes, that's true.
But it was one of those was like, you know, if you don't develop a business and all of this, take this opportunity to you didn't lack time, you lack discipline. And she was like, that's not true. You like you covered. But it was like, what
that's true. You lack discipline. Let me point the camera. You lack discipline.
But you got to keep in mind, this is something again that's all new, and so everybody is gonna cope differently. So we have to be.
You ain't got no discipline. That's what it is. You got all the time in the world. If you got time to watch 8 seasons of the Tiger King and All American and Ozark and everything like that, you lack discipline because you didn't do that at the time. She disagrees with it, but that's good.
Anyway, put regular alone time on your agenda. This right here is so important.
Not the whole day of watching.
No, but what I would say is, you got to keep in mind, usually people have different outlets, for some of us, it was going an hour to the gym. You can't go to the gym now, or work was like your own, not your alone time, but that's where you have your individuality. You're not somebody's wife or mother. You are that employee. So, you're able to do your own thing. So this is so important to still have that individual, that person, your individual time. So, it could be like, hey, well, especially if you have kids, you can't just leave them by yourself. But it could be like, okay, you watch the kids for this hour. I'm gonna go just breathe, take a bubble bath, walk around, whatever, wine break, whatever, coffee break, whatever it takes. For
Zoom
me,
meeting with your friends.
Zoom meet with your friends, or for me, what's really been helpful, like for me, is like I just want to just drive around in my car. I'm not getting out of my car, but I'm just driving around and just driving around the city. My car don't take gas, I got an electric car, so I can just plug the baby in.
I ain't burn no gas. We
haven't used no gas. We haven't used zero. Although gas is cheaper now.
Yeah, keep that going. Keep that engine going.
Yes, but so it's been that's been for me just driving around. I'm not bothering anybody. I'm safe, confined in my own car, and so that's been something that. But so I think that's just having that individual time, especially if you're married with kids. And we just have 2 kids. I commend those who got 3, 4, 5, 6, multiple. I mean, like,
go in the car and do it. Get in the car and get those yams. If you can't get away from the kids.
Now this is talking about the one-on-one. This is regular a long time. This is not just this is the day that's coming up. This is your own by yourself time. Your own by yourself time. So this is your gym running around time. That sort of thing. So so that's important as well. Okay.
Practice the essential habits of self-care. So that means like your diet, which I'm a huge thing. It is something that I'd be like, okay, so you drinking water now. If I see her, I'd be like, you gonna drink this water in? I got my water. And so but doing stuff that helps me up. So like water, like a good diet, something that provides energy, exercise, like we kind of spoke about earlier, sleep, a good sleep regimen, not falling asleep to those things. So trying to stay up on those things to keep you healthy. Stress is gonna be there. You don't want to add on top that you're tired, you don't have the right foods in your body that your body can function to tip-top shape. You're not drinking enough water, so you're dehydrated, you're constipated. I'm talking to you. You know you full of. So, you get it out. But practice good parts of self-care and mental health, right? So being able to, don't hold those things in. You stuck inside, you on one side of the room, she on the other side of the room and doing it, but practicing mental health, those same type things. Starting your day off. What truly helps me is starting the day off. Try to start in the Word. Try to start with like drinking 30 ounces of water. Try to start with like reading devotional or something like that, or reading whatever you want to read to. But like building up that piece so your body is able to handle the stress that it has. So practice that self-care, mental health. Black men, mental health. That's why we die sooner. I'm living. You don't get that insurance money on me. She won't get that insurance money there. Easy. Make it hard on her. You got to work for this. You got to be a Carol Baskin. You got to pull a Carol Baskin on me. Okay, what you got?
Keep the romance going however you can.
Yams. Oh,
so it's not just about the yams, Joe.
I know it's more than yams.
Yes,
I know. I'm just saying.
It's not about the yams.
No. I'm being an advocate.
Yes.
I'm advocate for
but
you.
It's not just about the yams. That's probably the least. That's probably more people probably doing more of the yams. It's the other stuff that people probably need to be connected.
Oh yeah, no. No.
Yeah.
I'm just being.
So this is the opportunity. I know it could be challenging, especially for us who have kids. So maybe one night you put the kids early to bed and you could have a candlelight dinner, or you wake up early in the morning while the kids, most of the time the kids are gonna sleep in and go outside on your porch or your patio, or even and have a nice brunch or something, cook breakfast or something like that together. So you have to be really creative, because your kids can't go nowhere. You can't send them over to nobody else's house,
They don't care.
So you really gonna have to find that
show up every day.
Or sometimes like one of the things we're trying to do plan now is where they have quiet time or quiet reading time. So maybe during that time you're able to connect with each other and talk to each other and that sort of thing. So so you really have to be creative and whatever. And you guys put in comments. What are some ideas? What are you guys doing? What are some things that you all are doing to keep that connection and that romance going? And of course, at night you can get your yams or all
get
of
your what?
Your yams.
Hold on, look at the camera and say
get your yams.
Contour, my boy Contour. Today I see y'all. He on the yams. He one of my major yam followers. I said, Contour, I see you, brother. Get those yams. But like you said though, but be creative. Ask your spouse too, like, what is something that you would like to happen? So don't expect them to reach your mind of those things. I know I've been getting to that before, like, hey, she don't see this, or like, you may have said the same thing of like, oh, like, he don't get this part, so like, maybe just have a conversation. You got time, so have a conversation like, hey, how can we be creative? What are some things that you envision us doing that would kind of spark the flame for you, and vice versa, and be curious. I was reading like a marriage book too, and one thing that's saying to be curious of your spouse. Continue to be curious, regardless of the corona or whatever, right? Continue to be curious of them. Ask questions, follow up on it, and let that be the lens to doing those things. Of like, hey, what would you like to happen at this point?
Yes.
You looking nice in your moo-moo, girl.
But the main purpose is how can you be more intentional to nourish your romance and your relationship with your significant other.
Yep. Okay. The last thing is, remember, see the silver lining, and I want to add this, is just be grateful, right? So just, like, even if your situation is not what you expect it to be right now, maybe because you're laid off or whatever, you're thinking of, like, starting your day off, naming something you're grateful for, like 3 things you're grateful for, especially about your spouse or your mate you have, your kids, or your life that you have, because I can guarantee you somebody somewhere will want to be in your position right now. But many times we look at just the negative things and those great things that are going on in our life, like our health, like having a family that you're in right now. I was talking to some of my single folks, and they're like, man, I just want to talk to somebody. They want to talk to somebody. So it's like, there's joy in being single and in being married to, or whatever your situation is right now. And so just find that joy though, and putting the emphasis in there, and saying it out loud. Like, I'm thankful for having a spouse that I could talk to, even if stuff's going on, or having a job right now, or being able to work from home with 18 kids running around the house or whatever. But you are able to work from home. That's a blessing in itself. Or having healthy kids, like your kids are in the hospital right now, which they're not taking nobody new extra right now. So, but finding something to be grateful for. What are you thankful for in the sense of what this looks like? So just being there. So let us know what you're going through, what's working for you, what's not working for you. Drop in the comments. You never know who's reading it. Drop in the comments. Let us know what's happening, what's going on for you, as you kind of push through. So that was just a couple things we want to share, because I know y'all. I know I hear it. Some guys will hit me up too. I ain't gonna say their name because I don't want you to throw it out in front of your wives, right? Because I take stuff to the grave. So if you ever share something with me, you don't want to share it. I don't know if they have or not, but a lot of them like, man, appreciate you, bro. You helping me, because I was about to go risk this corona too. And there's normal. I want to tell people it's normal to argue and fight. But just come back. Just come back each other. And we're gonna say the Mr. Mantra just a minute of something I want you to say. After each argument, I want you to say those 3 things we're going to say to each other. You say those things to each other. After you got through fighting, I can't stand the way she chew. Those little things start to get onto you when you're around somebody all the time. So, but just say those 3 things right there. So, the love portion is discuss or ask your mate without penalty, without getting upset, during this quarantine, what is one thing I'm doing that's getting under your skin? And then listen to them and try to do the best you can. And then the person who's feeling she's chewing too loud, right?
Jeffrey, what is one thing that I'm doing during this quarantine that's getting under your skin?
One thing? One thing? Let's see. If I had to just think of,
just
it's so hard.
I know, it's so hard.
Let me see. And so you have to listen without penalty?
Yeah,
listen without getting mad or deflecting or saying it's not the truth? So you just listen and be curious.
Make sure it's true, though.
Okay, I almost like the truth, but that's true. I would just say one thing is, now that we got you back on your feet, is I taught the kids how to wash their dishes. So you just being able to join a team. As an outline right now, the other kids and myself are washing our dishes, and we look at the sink sometimes, and it may just be since it's just one person doing it right now. So if you could just join us, that'll be great. So, all right, what's one thing that I'm doing during this quarantine that's getting on your skin?
Just one.
I was considering that I was wiping your tail and bringing you back to life. Keep that in mind. So I kind of nurse you back to health. Nurse you back to health. So, but I can't get mad. So
no, you can't get mad.
Okay.
I would say that. Let me see.
It's always a little thing. So that's good. It's good.
Okay. I would say sometimes the way you aggravate the kids. So yeah, sometimes I feel like I have 3 kids in the house because even when I was sick, they always running to the room, hit Malia and JC.
I'm Joe Jackson.
And they was all getting mad at each other and all of that stuff. Malia even came in there one day talking about this Joe Jackson Academy stuff. I
was like, go on the Corona then. Jump.
So that would be one thing that he likes to aggravate the kids. He becomes that older brother sometimes, and I feel like that I become the person that be like, okay, time out. Everybody go sit to their own separate quarters. So yeah, so that's what I would say.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll take that. Okay, so couple announcements real quick. Let's argue. If you have anything that you're arguing about, hit us up in the DM. We're gonna have a couple couples on live about them argue. We're gonna fight fair with this, right? So if you're gonna get into it, we're gonna argue about that. So send us a message if you have and what you're arguing about. So who you're arguing with, your spouse or whatever, and what you're arguing about. We're gonna bring you on the live show. So shoot those to us real quick, and then tell another person to follow us on the Mr. and Mrs. podcast. Love to have. That's how we grow, y'all. For real, that's how we grow. So thank y'all who are already sharing. Yeah. Continue to share. Let somebody else know that you know right now. Send it to them. Say, watch this episode. It's gonna bless you in the thing. So, Mr. Mantra, we like to do before when you argue all the episode, you argue them all today. Look at your spouse and tell them, I like you, I love you, and I want you. I ain't got no sugar in a long time. So, all right, we're gonna bring on your kids real quick. They want to sing out the episode.
Yeah.
Come on real quick. All right, what is it? Coming through? Come on. We gotta go. Come on. Hop in quickly. Come on.
This is Malia. And this is Jace. This is Jace's first time on the show. Yay, Jace.
I don't know if you can see it yet.
And this is Callie.
All right. So we're gonna sing us out. A whole family since we can't get rid of kids in this corona. On 3, come on. 1, 2, 3, come on, y'all.
Learn love.
Hey.
Let's learn love.
Family edition.
Let's learn love.
On the Mr. and Mrs. Mr. Podcast Show.
Let's learn love.
Hey.
Let's learn love.
Sing with your diaphragm.
Let's learn love.
On the Mr. and Mrs. Mr. Podcast Show. Look right there and say,
that's our show!
Yeah! Tune in if you have not seen the other episodes before. Go back and listen to the other episode.
Yes.
And tell somebody about the #1 rated relationship marriage single building podcast in the world. And we love you.
And
God loves you. And ain't nothing you can do about it. Give him a little kiss. Don't touch your mouth though.
You wanna say something, Jace?
This girl is on fire!
You two say, peace out.
Peace out, be safe.
All right, y'all. Come get these kids. Hey!